Title reads, I, a 32-year-old male, am really tired of only being the best friend or big brother to every woman I know. How do I break out of that and become something more? So at 32, I thought maybe you would know the reason why that is the case now, but look, we've all been there before. I've been the guy who led with friendship even though I wanted something romantic. I'd linger around a beautiful girl and be her orbiter, be her best friend, be a shoulder to cry on, and never make the move. Then I watch some macho bad boy come in and swoop her off her feet. And now there I would be, resentful of women saying, "Oh, why do they always choose the bad guys?" Even though, of course, now with all this knowledge, I realise no, it was just me, and I missed a great opportunity because I didn't have the balls to, take women who I liked and ask them out on dates and go for the kiss. Instead, I just sit there, make no effort to try and build something romantic, and then just see the girl, walk out my life. So I think we've all been there. Some of us learn these lessons slower than others, but we all get there in the end. And this guy's 32. Hopefully, he learns it pretty soon as well. So he says, I've had a problem for a good while now that hopefully some of you can help me with. I feel like I'm a pretty attractive guy and also am a lot of fun to be around. Yeah, I'm sure you are, especially if you have a lot of girls who are friends who want to be around you, then you obviously have good communication skills and you're not repulsive to be around, so you've got your foot in the door, which is the main thing. I like to cut up and have fun, and I think I'm pretty charismatic, but I'm also chronically single. When he's coming to that conclusion about himself, maybe women pick up on that. This feeling down about his dating prospects and he probably makes jokes like, "Oh, I'm always the single one, ha ha ha." Like women are going to pick up on your lack of confidence and you maybe being a bit of a Debbie Downer. So you've got to make sure you kind of lead with positivity and don't make self-deprecating jokes to yourself. That was a really tough word to say, but you know what I mean. So you've got to make sure you lead with a bit more positivity. He says, I'm okay being on my own. I'm sure you are because you are a guy. Most guys are pretty okay with being on their own, but the woman is the cherry on top of the cake. But seeing all my single friends pair up with someone and me being the lone man is starting to get a little isolating and lonely. Yeah, comparisons to feed for joy. And before I got into my relationship, yeah, I saw a lot of my mates, getting engaged, getting in long-term relationships, and I wanted something like that. But at the same time, I knew my opportunity would come, and I knew I had the opportunity to go on multiple dates with lots of beautiful women and be very selective and take my time with finding the girl of my dreams. And yeah, I'm happy I took that time and I didn't rush into things. And yeah, you're 32. Arguably, you haven't even reached your prime yet, so I'm sure you'll be okay. But yeah, seeing all your friends happy can be a bit of a gut punch. A lot of my girlfriends have given me what I think is good advice when I've asked about this. I don't think you should have like loads of girlfriends. Like, I don't have friends who are girls. Like, you just don't need them. Once you've got your girlfriend, you don't need to be hanging out with girls who've kind of put you in the friend zone. Like, your best friendships are going to be with other guys because you have much more in common with them. Unless this girl's like a proper tomboy who likes football and video games and, you know, ticks all those boxes, but come on, you're friends with girls who ideally you want to be in a relationship with, and that is not a good foundation for a friendship, in my opinion. So let's see what advice these women give, because women, as you all know, give incredible dating advice. You know, obviously, I'm being facetious. Just about all of them say that I'm good of a friend or too much of a big brother type to everyone for any woman to think anything else about me. What that tells me is that you're not leading with romance on your mind. You're trying to be their friend. You're trying to make everyone laugh. You're trying to be a shoulder to cry on for all the girls without showing that push to be something more than just friendship. And once you get in the friend zone, it's very hard to get out of it. And also, it kind of just shows you're just a bit of a pleaser You're trying to be friends with everyone, and that can kind of give some people a bit of the, I don't know about this guy. I don't mind that at all, and I value the hell out of my lady friends, but I really would like to be closer with someone and not just have to exist in that definition that they have given me. Well, to be honest, I'll start with just stop hanging out with so many girls. Like, you say you're a bit of a lone wolf, but it sounds like you have a big friendship group full of girls. I'd start, don't cut them out your life, but I'll start distancing yourself from them and go out on dates with other single women, women who aren't part of this friendship group, because you're kind of just stuck in your own little circle of friends without venturing out. Like, you shouldn't be spending too much time with these people, especially if you want to be out there dating and possibly find a romantic partner. It's also frustrating. I know I have to make a move if I want more, but I have had a bad experience recently. Let's see what this bad experience is. I thought if a friend was showing interest in me, so I tried to show it back and it backfired. I've kind of been afraid to make moves ever since. Look, the majority of women are probably not going to fancy you. Like, even attractive men, a lot of people they approach on the street or at a coffee shop, they're going to get rejected most of the time. So don't put too much emphasis on one experience. There's billions of women out there, and most of them are single, and most of them are around your age range. And it is a game of numbers. You've got to approach a lot of women. You've got to kiss a lot of frogs. You've got to have a lot of bad experiences to find the person you click with, and that's completely fine. The first girl I dated didn't become my girlfriend. I went on multiple dates, and a lot of them weren't great, but it got me to where I am now. So don't just put one experience like, hey, can't be doing it anymore. Had a bad experience, can't get back into it, because that's just stupid. Come on, you can't be thinking like that. He finishes by saying, anyone have any advice on this? I don't mind being the best friend or big brother. Well, first you've got to stop with all this lies. Like, you're lying. You're lying to everyone. You're lying to yourself. Stop saying, oh, everything's fine. I'm happy to be the best friend. I'm happy to be the big brother. Like, who would want to have that? Yeah, it's good to be liked. It's good to have friends, but come on now. Just be honest about it. You want something much more than that. So stop trying to sell yourself short. But eventually, like something a little bit deeper with another woman, how do I do it? Well, yeah, it's a game of numbers. Go out on as many dates as you can, grow more experiences, and on the first date, be clear about your intentions. Stop with all this like friendship stuff. Go for the kiss. Take them out on exciting dates. Don't talk about your past, about how you've been unlucky with love, and lead with negativity. Be a positive person. Go out on fun dates, and you'll find a girl who really vibes with you. And make sure this girl's not part of, this friendship group you have, or a friend of a friend, because that's another issue you had. This experience you had with this girl was a friend of a friend. Like, get away from that group and just date, broaden your horizons. I doubt you're in some like isolated town. I'm sure you're probably in the city, or you can travel out of the city to find more matches. Yeah, broaden your horizons. Don't focus too much on this one bad experience. And yeah, it's a game of numbers. But anyways, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.